So in the last video, I talked about how YouTube finally punished SSSniperwolf for doxing Jacksfilms by demonetizing her YouTube channel. But we found out she may be trying to circumvent that punishment when Kavos tweeted out, SSSniperwolf is allegedly re-uploading content to her monetized channel to get around YouTube's punishment. Just shows how not sorry she actually is. Such bullshit. He then shows a Reddit post someone made that says, it's not violating YouTube's ban evasion policy if you re-upload your videos from a channel that isn't monetized on a monetized channel, right? Showing that after Sniperwolf got demonetized on YouTube, she got caught re-uploading main channel videos from 2017 onto her second channel. Mighty Keith responds to Kavos by saying, I'm sure we are all in agreement that SSSniperwolf has in fact faced no punishment for doxing someone. Isn't that wild? OJ Player Essence says, hey YouTube, pretty sure this is ban evasion and against YouTube TOS. Bingus Black says, a user from r/Jacksfilms subreddit made a note about how SSSniperwolf is taking old videos from her main channel that is currently demonetized and putting them on a monetized alt channel. Do you think this is ban evading?
Right up to their eye. It's like Russian roulette.
Don't, no.
Ah! Oh my god!
No!
Oh.
Fucking hell! I want to watch this again. This is so awful. Please don't do this. Please don't try this at home.
Bottle. Ah! Oh my god! Oh.
I'm surprised it didn't like break his glasses. What if he wasn't wearing glasses?
Ah! Oh my
god! This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Cinnamon Toast Ken responds by saying, not surprising, but she's not banned, and her main channel is still no ads, so... The Real Sully G quote tweets Bingus and says, it's not ban evading, since she was never banned from the platform. It does, however, prove how useless this punishment was. She thanks YouTube for holding her accountable, and then immediately evades all accountability, and YouTube will do nothing. Zach James also tweets about this when he says, now this is just insulting. YouTube didn't demonetize SSSniperwolf's second channel, which pulls in 15 million plus views a month, sometimes upwards of 35 plus million views. YouTube handled this so poorly between this and their temporary punishment and blaming both sides. Zach James then updates us with a Reddit comment team YouTube made where they say, hi there, jumping in to confirm that SSSniperwolf's top videos channel was also temporarily suspended from YouTube partnership program per our creator responsibility guidelines. Consistent with that policy, we applied the YouTube Partner Program suspension to the creators associated channel. Zach James comments on this by saying, update via Team YouTube's Reddit account. Can confirm her second channel is now demonetized. Remember, this is only a temporary punishment. Real Sully G then shares the YouTube update that Zach James previously showed and captions it by saying, again, not an outright win, but a step in the right direction. Continue to make your voices heard. Salty DK Dan reacts to YouTube demonetizing Sniperwolf by saying, all I'm getting from the Sniperwolf/Jacksfilms situation is that if you don't make enough money for YouTube, you can steal content without consent and dox people as much as you want, and just get a slap on the wrist. Like, let's be real fucking honest. Not to throw around hypotheticals, but do you think if fucking Mr. Beast or PewDiePie did what Sniperwolf did, do you really think they would be punished more than her? We have literal examples like Logan Paul in the Forest video too. Some people just like to throw gender into the equation for discourse like this, to help mentally justify being an incel, and find other people to sit with them in their little echo chamber. Kuyoya reacts to YouTube's decision by saying, I really hope YouTube gets that they only added fuel to the fire yesterday with this response to the situation. You've only escalated the issue beyond just SSSniperwolf and Jack. It's now a massive safety concern for all creators. To put it in perspective, if you are big enough, you now know you can get away with almost anything. You can harass, bully, or put in harm's way anybody you don't like, even if it's completely unjustified. It's something that worse people can now potentially take as a green light. OMG BS responds by saying, someone should do it to Sniperwolf and see what they get as punishment. And then Sioya, I don't know how to say his name, Sioya, there's no R in it, so it would just be Sioya. So Sioya responds by saying, nobody should be doxed ever, which I 100% agree with that. Don't dox for revenge. That's just illegal and dumb. So Jacksfilms never really commented on YouTube's punishment towards Sniperwolf, but he did make this subtweet towards Sniperwolf when he said, Scorpio season starts today. You can always spot a Scorpio. They are the crazy ones. They like to have fun and are always down for a good time. Obviously referring to the fact that Sniperwolf is a Scorpio and was born in 1992 at 31 years old, she's doing this type of stuff, like an angry teenager or a young adult. Okay, moving on to Opera GX's response. They say, SS Scorpio. Circle Tunes HD responds by saying, IP 92.28.211.234, North 43.7, West 12.4, numbers 697919. Yeah, you get it. He's just doxing. He's fake doxing. Sora responds to Jack by saying, SSSniperwolf can't react to this tweet because she won't get paid. Swaggy YOLO Star says, that's so funny. I'm freebooting this comment. Thanks. Brando VA says, I learned that these are scheduled tweets he sets up. Never knew that, lol. Hope you were doing okay. The community has your back. Everyone knows that what YouTube and Leah did was bullshit. You absolutely deserve better after all that's happened. I hope you don't give up because you did nothing wrong. So it seems like Jacksfilms is kind of going MIA from the internet for a bit while all of this blows over. But Jacksfilms' wife did have a couple things to say about the punishment when NBC News tweeted about it, and someone responds by saying, should YouTube be interfering in personal issues between people? To which she responds, yes, when one of them doxed the other and broke their terms of service. The film's wife continues to tweet about the situation when she says, but think about the shareholders! And when she mocks Sniperwolf's response by saying, Jack's Film, because in Sniperwolf's response, she couldn't even say Jack's Film's channel name properly and forgot the S after film. Sora responds by saying, YouTube could have done better, and earlier on, yet they waited almost an entire week to respond, and all they did was demonetize her channel temporarily. Wavy Web Surf shows a picture of Sniperwolf and Pokimane, and captions it by saying, my platform lets me get away with anything starter pack. Papa Uwu X responds by saying, to think that Pokimane has openly said the N-word multiple times and still hasn't been cancelled while PewDiePie is targeted for absolutely no reason shows the double standards of online entertainment. Garland responds, quotation marks, absolutely no reason, with a picture of a judging cat. Estefan responds by saying, these two aren't remotely comparable, what? And then Pokimane herself responds and ratios Wavy Web Surf when she says, I'm vehemently against doxing, especially as someone who has been doxed, swatted, and stalked for years. This comparison is unnecessary, and I don't want to be part of your women can get away with anything agenda. I sincerely hope that YouTube helps Jack. I always try to apologize and do better when I make a mistake. It's okay if you haven't forgiven that yet, but please don't compare me to someone who committed a crime and put people's safety at risk. Gaming Witch responds by saying, I mean, he's not wrong. You do get away with shit no one else would. Wavy then quote tweets Pokimane himself and says, my tweet had nothing to do with you being a woman. Let me make that clear. The point was both you and Sniperwolf are faces of your respective platforms, and because of your large influence and internal connections with these platforms, you get special treatment others wouldn't. Willie Macho quote tweets Pokimane and says, Pokimane may not dox, but she will certainly snitch on you to brands and video platforms in a petty attempt to get back at you. Really isn't that wild of a comparison. Every time either of them respond, it's the same pretending to be confused act with a fake laugh. Brody Fox makes some jokes about the situation when he tweets out this clip in the caption, SSSniperwolf dodging the consequences. And here is Q-Yoda again, the guy who I can't say his name properly, C-Yoa, posts this gif of the Attack on Titan flipping people off and says, Sniperwolf after doxing, getting away with it, and uploading to her second channel to avoid the only tiny consequence she's gotten for committing a literal crime. Commander Carl tweets out these clips and says, Bella Porch getting her own TV show and SSSniperwolf still getting to keep her channel despite doxing another creator is fucking peak pretty privilege. No one cares about talent anymore. All you need to be is good looking and you'll get the money and opportunities thrown at you.
Okay, what am I doing on the show again? Just like everything.
Scary maze game. What's so scary about getting the mouse through the... Oh, you touch the black, you start over. You have to be very careful. Only precise.
Ricky Berwick says, gonna dress up as Sniperwolf for Halloween and go trick-or-treating. Dark Viper AU says, SSSniperwolf was once getting 800 million views a month re-uploading other people's TikToks. Yet still some people want to claim the reason reactors are popular is because of their reactions, rather than the reality that spamming out curated videos just games the algorithm. But don't worry guys, it will all trickle down to people who do the work to make those videos, any day now. Just wait and see. Someone needs to make a YouTube retrospective at the end of the year, where it just notes every week where the majority of commentary channels hated someone before everyone moved on and nothing changed. Was X XQC last week, now Sniperwolf. Wonder who it will be next. And to kind of address what Dark Viper AU is saying here, because obviously it applies to me as a commentary channel. Yes, different stories trend at different times, and I'm not going to be always making videos on the same subject once the discussion has been exhausted. But that doesn't mean I'm done with or happy with the result of what came out of the XQC controversy or any other controversy, especially the Miskiff controversy. But I can't just make a million videos on the same topic. Different stuff happens. I don't have all the time in the day. Like, I don't really know what Dark Viper AU is getting at here. Does he expect people to just give a quick recap of like all the bad people who still haven't been punished by YouTube or the community for doing what they did? Just like at the beginning of every video, I do a quick 1-minute rundown of all the people that still need to be held accountable. That seems really repetitive. Like, if people want to hear my current opinion on XQC, they can watch my previous videos on XQC, because the opinion stayed the same. Nothing has changed. And when something does change, of course, I will notify you all on this channel. So if you don't want to miss any updates to that story or the Sniperwolf story or whatever other story, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. If you're caught up with all the drama and still want something to watch, I recently did a Twitter space with the YouTubers Optimus, Some Ordinary Gamers, Actman, Chris the Narc, Nicholas Diorio, Keemstar, and someone who is actually in favor of Sniperwolf, Vito. And that has been re-uploaded to my second channel. It's over an hour long. It's just a podcast. There's no visuals, but it is an interesting discussion. So that will be here on the end screen right now if you want to watch it. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.